Hey guys, it's Lego Man Earthy and episode 30 picture review. Yay! Okay, so it's called The Trial by Fire, and you'll see why it's called that because in the episode, well, yeah, let's just review. So it starts off after episode 29. Remember how the fire Phoenix Temple magically flies out of the top of Mount Kavora. Now remember, I do make jokes, okay? It's just supposed to make it entertaining and more fun. That we're not just looking up at a bunch of pictures and stuff. So, I'm trying to focus the camera. So they're all like bowing down to the giant phoenix guy who's coming out of the place. And there's the leopard guy and stuff. And like, Eris, you are a phoenix, and she's just so surprised. And she gets up. Stuff is like, look at my badass wings. And she's like, see, I wasn't going crazy at all. And it switches scenes to where they are covering up the entire area. And then Gravis and Longtooth decide to go to the beaver place and say, hey, you gotta build us this big giant dam. Stuff. And there's a big look at that beaver area. I thought, so you guys are the beaver fans, so there you go. It's a nice picture of them. Everybody saw something. So it changes scenes, and then they have this big, giant table right there. I'm trying to focus on it. There we go. Except when that chi represents the floating Mount Kavora. See, they got the Eagle Spire right here. Lion Temple should be somewhere right there. Other places, I don't know. And he sets it down on the thing for some reason. And he tells the story of how there was no floating mountain, just a city on top of the area where Mount Kavora sprouted out of, a city of phoenixes where they all guarded, and legend beasts lived in peace and stuff. And so I can't really make out. Oh wait, that's a guy on a cliff. Okay. So I like the crocodile drawing. That's pretty. And they were all friendly and happy. Well, until they went into the library and tore the crap up because of their instincts. And this guy found something. He's like, oh, this is big and stuff, and we gotta do this. And the phoenixes are like, oh crap, they figured out our secret. We're drug dealers! So, no, that's not it. So they gotta kick them out and stuff. They're after the fire stuff. And this picture, I love this picture. It's pretty cool. So that's all yellow and stuff. My camera is so stupid. So yeah, and it says Mount Kavora rose out and caused an earthquake, which made them perish down into the deep. And Mount Kavora rose out of the heart of Chima and stuff. And that's why the thing has special gravity and stuff. And these things rose up along with it and stuff. And all the legend people drank all the water and stuff. And eventually they turned into people. And then they're like, holy shit, there's a flying mountain up there. What do we do? Well, you you collect the drugs so you can get everybody high in Chima. So then it shows here that the phoenixes are using chi to shape on the heads. Stuff, and that causes the entrance to their temple. They're like, holy shit, there's like a secret story before the great story. And then it switches scenes to where they're at this place, they're making progress and stuff. See, there's the dam. Longtooth says something, and these are the plans. These are little catapults and stuff. And you guys will see what these do in a couple minutes. So then they're walking down the hall, and the phoenixes apparently have their own chi pool of chi. I'm sorry about this. Okay, there you go. See if I can put that back. Okay. So he's like, okay, you take this orb, and he gives it to Eris, because you're the phoenix and stuff. Apparently one of her parents was a phoenix. I think it's her father, maybe, because I think this guy might be her father. Her mother might be an eagle. I really don't know. So she gets it, and Craig's like, oh, what about us? And then he burns his hands, being really smart and stuff. And he's like, oh, go ahead, plug it. Well, we won't be jealous. So she plugs it, and she gets her new armor and stuff. And then she decides to fly around the entire world. He's like, okay, we have to trial you guys. See, trial of fire. He's like, okay, what should we do? Oh, we'll just clear the room. You idiots, you can't see the different textures in the floor. You are clearly on a trap door. But they fell through. And they're on a pole, which is surrounded by fire. They're like, oh shit, what do we do now? Well, being a smartass that he is, figures it out. Krager is still behind him. So he's halfway there. And Krager's tail magically catches on fire. And Krager's like, oh, the only solution is to run in circles. And then they're like, they just nod in disappointment. Stuff, and he decides, oh, I'm gonna stick it in my mouth. Hopefully that'll go up. Wrong again, buddy. Your mouth is on fire. Oh, poor Krager. And then Lavelle looks at him like, what the hell is wrong? So then they walk in, and then this guy gets frozen. They're like, oh man, we're not even done with it yet. So they go down, and then these little lever thingies, yeah, I said you have to remember that, they lift up the ice, causing those people to fall on balance and lift up the entire cliff. And there you go. And then they have one crossbows, which is really funny. Like, they win for a while. And then there's like, isn't there another way they can, live? So they're helping each other up. And then Lavelle hears somebody saying, jump down into the fire. He's like, I think we need to jump down into the fire. He's like, Cracker's like, you go ahead, buddy. I got much to live for. You really don't have a life, so... Guess what he does? He jumps into the fire, and so does Cracker. Then Lavelle's like, Lavelle, Cracker! And she falls in there. Then they get cold all of a sudden. It switches scenes. They get cold all of a sudden. They realize, oh no, we're being cornered because look at this. Ice, 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 ice. And then here are the weapons and stuff. And they're coming towards them. And then switches scenes. And then Eris is flying, trying to find them. And they magically find a baby phoenix where they're like, holy shit, it's a child. Yeah. They're like, oh my gosh, it's a child. Let's take it home with us. I'm like, okay, so what do we do? He's like, you have a next challenge. You float across the magma on a rock. Getting while simultaneously being blasted by legend beasts who you were friends with, but now they hate you. So, who wants to start? And they're like, you have to light that brazier over there. And they're like, okay. So they get on a rock. And then Eris gives him a stick. Hey, jerk off. The stick breaks. And he's like, oh, we'll just stir it with these shields. So that's exactly what they do. And once they get up to the legend beasts, they squirt fire at them. And they're like, I thought they were our friends. Nope. So then it was the lion and the crocodile stuff, and then they light the brazier on fire. And he's like, wait, we just did all of that shit so you can roast your marshmallows? Are you serious? So then these guys are getting screwed and stuff. They're like protecting all the beavers. I would just say, please take these offerings and leave us alone. So the Grub's like, okay, let's plug Chi. And then he looks over at Longtooth, who got frozen. Longtooth just has a rough life. Poor Longtooth. So then he cheese up and beats the crap out of people. Longtooth's still frozen. He takes the Chi from him, and then he cheese up and stuff. I try to get a lot of pictures of him cheeing up. And he's about to shoot him, when all of a sudden, Eris's Eagle Interceptor comes out when she flew up to Mount Kavora in her cockpit, and the rest of her plane landed somewhere else. We're not stupid, Lego. And then they come. Didn't Lavelle's fire line get frozen like episode 28? So they're like, okay, fire Chi, and they stick it in these holes, and then, oh, it magically catches on fire! And it beats the shit out of people. And Krager's apparently breathes fire, which is way better. And stuff. And I like Eris's. You shoot fire out of its ass. We wouldn't love that. So then Lavelle incinerates something. And they free Longtooth, and Longtooth's like, I'm alive. Oh, thank God. And then Lavelle's like, Dad, plug this. It makes you even higher than your other one. And he plugs it, and then he gets high. And then his sword catches on fire. He's like, okay, we're done. Lavelle's like, Grub's like, where'd you get this? He's like, nowhere. Just some drug dealers that live on the top of Mount Kavora. Like, what? Yeah, they're called phoenixes. They live on Mount Kavora, and they're drug dealers. We've got some competition, Dad. And there they are. And then there's the end. So, comment, rate, subscribe, favorite episode 31 will come out next. Bye-bye.